The king has outplayed the hare. More Britons want to see Charles on the throne, not William. Not so long ago, William was the most popular member of the British monarchy, and he and Kate took turns overtaking each other in the ratings. Charles was always and invariably somewhere in the tail of the top 10 senior royals, behind the hereditary couple, Princess Anne, Edward, and Sophie. But how quickly everything changed, and it happened suddenly when, after several events, an information attack was poured on William, lowering his position. And now, according to a Prospectus global poll of 2011 British adults from various cities, more than half of them, 52%, said they would rather see Charles than William on the throne. 45% still want William to be king instead of Charles, while the rest said they didn't care. How could this happen? How did Charles become more popular in Britain than William? Have you noticed how few Welsh have become on the media landscape lately? And why didn't the Welsh appear at the Highland Games at Balmoral with the King, Camilla, and Princess Anne? At one time, Charles, as heir apparent, was a regular at the event. However, judging by recent events, it is the King, and more likely the Queen, who decides who appears where and with whom. Thus, it can hardly be called a coincidence that the Welsh at yesterday's Games viewers never saw. Also, Prince William's ratings were also lowered by the fact that the heir took disgraced Prince Andrew with him to Crathie Kirk Church in Balmoral. It's more than he, Andrew, could have wished for, the Insider reported. Britain's Daily Mirror newspaper exclusively reported that the king had reversed William's decision not to take the disgraced uncle with him, as Charles will now allegedly not allow Andrew to be forced out of family public events. Why the sudden change? Not so long ago, the king tried with all his might to expel the disgraced brother from Royal Lodge and denied him the royal privileges of appearing in public with his family. And now the Duke of York is being used as a whip for William. For some reason, Charles himself didn't want to ride in the same car as his brother, despite the fact that Elizabeth often took Andrew with her. According to sources, William also didn't want Andrew to accompany him and Kate to church, but the royal insisted. It looks like William, has had his wings clipped, the source said. Central York MP Rachel Maskell has introduced a bill to strip Andrew of the title of Duke of York and said any attempt by the royal family to rehabilitate his image would be rejected by the people. Any public rehabilitation of the Duke of York is certainly not something the country would welcome at all, Rachel Maskell said. And yet, William was forced to bend to the king's will. The scandal surrounding the Charles Foundation, dubbed privilege money, was hushed up, so in the eyes of the public, the king was once again clean. Diana's sons are gradually being pushed further and further out of royal life. Harry was exiled with his wife to America, and now William is constantly making some missteps, accidentally or by decision from above. Draw your own conclusions, which significantly reduces his rating. The Welsh no longer interrupt the royal agenda by resting longer than they should, at least it looks that way from the outside. He who owns the press owns the world, a wise old truth. How the newspapers cover the royals is how the subjects perceive them. The palace cooperates with the British media, it's no secret, and Harry wrote about it in his memoirs. The whipping boy was sent away to America, now the Windsors are left alone with each other. So far, Charles and Camilla's office has been leading the charge, as time has proven that no matter how much people love you, the one whose position is higher always wins in the end. Dear friend, if you like everything new about the royal family and don't want to miss all the novelties, subscribe to our channel and like it. By doing so, you take part in our development. We work for you.